Hi traders, this is Mike Hamilton. Just a quick video tonight. Let's just keep it nice and short and sweet. I got 100 points plus off this pound yen today. In the room, we waited until the data was out of the way, so it's quite boring, but we waited to 15 minutes after the data was out of the way. I took it just around the 175 mark, literally about 1 or 2 points above it. It drifted 13 points underneath it and then pushed into 176.50. I took the main trade off at 176 and then started buying 176 again, 10 back to get an extra 30-40 out of it. Okay, so I took it off at this 55 EMA and then bought later in the session. And I'm still long this one. This is US dollar yen. I've got a couple of stop outs up here, bought back here, and I'm flat for the day, but beginning to see a little bit of profit in there. And the daily is not great, but if we can see a little bit more buying the dollar overnight and get above, stay above 195.50, then hopefully I'll see a little bit of profit when I get to my desk in the morning. So let's just concentrate on dailies. Let's get rid of that, pull that out. So you can see we have resistance, we have support, we're stuck in the middle with just narrowly around or just under the 119.50, looking to see if I can just pick up overnight and then push up into tomorrow. So the US dollar yen, we're struggling with this fib level. This is a huge level, you can see a couple of bottoming tails there. So it's just a question, if I see this pull back into 600 tomorrow in the morning, then I would look to buy that to see if we can push up again. At least retest 178, 177.50. Do I think this can really motor? Yeah, if you see here, we took from Jan 15 to Feb 3 before this really got going. It's just possible we're going to need a couple of moves down here at the 550 area, possibly even a retest of 500 before that gets going. But on the whole, let's face it, there's a couple of big bottoming tails, it's higher close, but not significant enough to look to see if I can really get motoring, but certainly worth a shot. Pound US, to a large extent this is cleaner. So if we see a retest of the hammer tomorrow, 146.80, that's actually a better buy because that's had a better push up today than the pound yen has. This did a whole total of 200, whereas the pound yen only did 150 points. So seeing a little bit more weakness in the dollar so far than we are in the yen. Other charts to note, this pound Aussie dollar is holding up. I would like to see a deeper retrace, 193 at least, if not lower, because that's getting a little hard to call. So, but I think if we see 193, I would buy that tomorrow to see if we can start pushing higher. Let's face it, where it's a nice channeling instrument. We've breached this main channel. There's a sub channel down there that we've held. When I say sub channel, I mean that. So all the time it's above the 55, all the time it's closing higher. Buy dips, and let's see if we can get pushing up to 195 plus. And what else have we got? Euro. I got a couple of tiny stop outs on this and did eventually sort of make most of my money back and a bit more, not much, because I was just selling the highs again, and I got in a little too early. I thought it was a good short, but it turned on me, stopped me out, and then reset itself. So I went short second time, made back my losses and a bit more, so fairly flat on that one. That's a new low in this little channel and a close above. So the weakness in this one is what you're seeing. So the weakness in the dollar in this one is why you're seeing the buying opportunity in the pound US. Right, what else have we got? Let's just have a quick look at some of the other charts we haven't looked at for a while. EuroCAD looks as if that's about to step down again. Any highs in that one are selling. We've got CAD rates, we've got ECB and CAD rates on the same day on tomorrow, in fact. So that's going to be interesting. We need to wait until that's out of the way. I think that's it. Let's have a look at the. I haven't looked at the indices yet, have we? This is closing higher, but I think that I'm finding the volumes are very, very weak in the Dow, and we are not pushing through. So I'm looking for a repeat of this area here. I don't know why it's done that. It's given me 2 boxes instead of one big one. I'm looking for a push into this 182, 183. If we can get there, because there's a bit of a spinning top there, we start closing under this 18,000, and this is toast. A very unconvincing move, but a close above 18,100 tomorrow will be much more interesting and give the bulls something to go on about. Gold. Sideways to weak. It's a lower close. I think we might see some lower dips in here and potentially get bought. If the dollar can see some weakness in the coming days into next week, we are in a short-term downtrend after that gap up and close the gap. No man's land, hard to call. All the time we're just around the $1,200 mark. No man's land. However, what I would say is for the bears, that is closing under this little cluster here from last week. So it's still it's closed underneath that. So again, I would expect to see some further weakness in that. Oil invents tomorrow. Closing higher again, not very convincing volume. It took a long time to climb, so I'm on guard still for a pullback, but all the time we're closing higher. That could just break. RSI stochastics getting high. Stocks, I'm tracking this one. This is Thomas Cook. I've got a short list of trades I'm looking to nibble on the short side. I'll go through with these in more detail because as we get into the end of April into May, but unless that Dow is convincing, I'll start to look for more shorts and UK shorts like this one, which is going to be affected by a strong pound, a weak pound. Could be one to watch. Rolls-Royce, on the plus side, I like Rolls-Royce. Been talking about this for back in the last week into this week. I think that's getting ready to at least test the big number up there. Just looking across the charts. Barclays pushing higher still. Coming into that star though. Almost retested it today. Alright, I'll leave it there. This is BG. So it could still push up into this, but that's a high risk trade. Could still push up into these highs. So we've gapped up to 13, dropped to 1165, and then we're slowly winding our way up. But it's not a done deal. It's still on the open market, so that is tradable, but be careful. All right, I'll leave it there and see you.